Fish Curry Stories with Nilesh Malkar. Fish Curry Stories with Nilesh Malkar.
Hi, I'm back again with one more episode of Fish Curry Stories with Nilesh Malkar. And here you are with me right now at a beach which is called Achara Beach. It's famous for its cleanliness. You can see it in the large margins how the beach looks. So guys, today here I am to explore again a mackerel fish curry made on this coastal belt, but in a very different style, and they call it tikla. Yesterday or maybe 2 days back when I went to Tondavli, the lady over there, she had made a mackerel gravy which was completely different with coconut paste. These guys today they are going to show us a mackerel curry which is without coconut paste, and it is called as tikla. And the other fish, which is my favorite fish, is shark. They are going to show us today shark mutton masala. They call it mutton for shark, that is Moriche mutton. So guys, let's go and have a taste of it. Come on. So I'm now back from the beach and the fish has been caught. There is some other different fishes which I had told you, like shark and mackerel today, but in a very different way. And the most unique part is we are going to cook the fish on wood fire. So you can see here, he is going to light up the wood fire and make this a prominent way. Just see how he is lighting up the wood fire. So by the time the wood fire picks up a proper heat, the wood is catching a nice fire, so it's getting ready. Meanwhile, we have with us today Purva Pareshtari. She's a local resident of Achara and she's a very good cook and a chef, you know, in her old self, with all unique local cuisines that she can make. And she savors them to all the tourists who come here. She has got a resort here at Achara Beach by the name of Shri Resort. So today, she's going to show us two fishes, which is a mackerel curry, which is not made with coconut and onion paste. And the other is a shark fish. So she's going to prepare it in a different way. So what we'll do is first we'll start cutting the fish. Okay. Okay. So here now today what we are going to do is first we are going to clean up the shark fish. Once the shark fish is cleaned up, then we will clean up the mackerel. And then thoroughly washed and cleaned, we will start for the cooking. So ma'am, please start cleaning. So as you can see, this is the shark fish which has been skinned, you know, the skin has been removed properly. So now what she's doing here is she's trying to cut small pieces of that shark fish, which she will later on marinate it with some particular spices and grind it, ginger chili paste and everything before the cooking, because shark needs a proper marination. Look at her cut these pieces in a very nice way. These pieces have to be cut in a very uniform sizes. So once there's uniform sizes, they can be cooked also, because very big chunk of meat pieces. Shark actually, you know, tastes like exactly like a meat, like any other kind of a meat, like maybe a goat meat or a sheep meat. So they refer it as a Moriche mutton. Moriche mutton is a shark mutton. That is what they refer here on the coastal belt. Okay. Now we are going to cut into the mackerel cuts. आपण मॅक्रेल कट करायला घेऊया, बांगडा कट करून दाखवूया. Mackerel. Now we are going to clean mackerel. My one show in my Tondavli show, I had cut the mackerels in a very different uniform pieces. Now here is a very different uniform way of her cutting, so I'm letting her cut. So you can see the way she's going to cut the mackerel today. Look at her clean it in a very different way. She's going to make mackerel gravy, which is called as tikla, and there is another gravy which is called as normal mackerel gravy that we call. But mackerel tikla again has a uniform and a specific kind of taste because it has different kind of peppercorns in it and spices that go in it, and no coconut and no onion paste. That is the beauty of that tikla. So she is removing all the gut. You can see she's cutting up. The fish is very fresh. So you can see, just take a look at those chunk pieces of mackerels that she's going to make. She's going from one mackerel, she's making about 3 pieces, you know. Look at that. Removing the tail of the fish. So same way now, all these pieces will be cut. They will be washed and be ready for cooking. So the fishes have been cleaned properly and now we are ready to cook. So what we are going to start is, she is going to first start with the making of the shark meat. So as you can see, it has been cleaned up properly and she is going to now marinate it with little bit of salt, and she'll add some even lime juice to it, because lime juice, what it will do is, it will actually remove out the complete a little fishy smell of the shark fish, because shark fish has got a very pungent kind of a smell. Now she has added turmeric to it. Now goes in the lime. Look at her squeeze about. She's going to squeeze about 2 limes into the shark meat. Yeah. Okay. See. This lime actually, you know, acts as a I would say like a body deodorant for that shark meat. It will remove out that complete pungent smell of that shark fish, because it has got that real heavy odor. Now that's done. Look at her squeeze it properly. Yeah. There. Now she will put in, this is called a green masala. Basically it's not green in color, but in Konkan belt they call it hirwa masala, that's green masala. It is made with actually red chilies and only coriander seeds. Now goes in the Malwani masala, which is actually comprised of all the whole peppercorn, your cinnamon and all other khada masala that we call it. All the whole spices that we get are completely into that Malwani masala. Now she has added ginger garlic paste also to it. Now she'll marinate it nicely. You can see it how she is marinating it. So the whole coat, and I think she'll let it remain it for some time, about 15-20 minutes with the marination. Once the marination is done, she's going to start with mackerel घेता येता करायला बांगडा. So she'll keep aside the marination for some time before cooking, and we will start cooking the mackerel curry. It's a mackerel curry, not a gravy. That is called mackerel bangda tikla. So we will start with that. Now she's starting with it. She's adding a teaspoonful of salt to the pieces of mackerel that have been cut. Oh, this looks like a heavy salt actually. She's putting in 2 spoons of. Yeah, she's marinating, so the salt is completely soaked into the mackerel properly. And now she'll let that also set aside for some time. The next step, kai ma'am? Okay. So now she'll start with the shark mutton again, because about 5-6 minutes have been gone through and she has let it marinate for some time. Look at this authentic vessel. These are mud pots, wood fire. What else do you want? A heavenly abode of local, regional. This is called a native living, a native food. That is what it is called actually. Okay. Way of, you know, putting a, look at this guy, it's got fire now. This is really unique because there is no control of any temperature, and yet they tend to cook it at a particular temperature on this wood fire. Amazing. A couple of garlic in her hand. These are whole garlic, peeled garlic. And she's going to chop them a bit. अच्छा तुम्ही याला क्रश नाही करणार ना?
जास्त क्रश करायची गरज नाही.
अच्छा. She says you don't need to crush it a lot. So the flavor remains nicely with the whole garlic peels. She has chopped it and let it go onto the fire. The pot is catching the heat right now, yet still to come in. Now goes in onion and tomato. Chopped onion and tomatoes. Yes, now the garlic, onion and tomato. Now goes in this green chili paste, which is again based of ginger, garlic and coriander. That is an additional thing. I think those garlic pieces which she has put in, those chopped pieces, might come like a crunch, while eating the shark. Now she is putting the Malwani masala, which, like I told you earlier, is completely made of all whole spices grinded together. Now goes the main hero of this item, and that's the shark fish. The whole marinated shark fish has been dumped into the pot. Yes. Yeah. She's stirring it. Shark mutton, I'm trying to actually, taste it. It is really amazing aroma of that spices. The mutton, that shark also has been cooked so nicely. I can see very less oil was actually added, but the shark fish is very famous for its cod liver oil also, that they call. So it has started to ooze out its own oil and its own water and soaked nicely. Amazing. Amazing taste. I cannot even smell, I'm not getting that fishy smell of that shark also. Everything has been merged and soaked nicely in those spices and the marination. Fabulous. You will soon start actually with rice and this, and the mackerel gravy is still balanced to be done. Let's see how she does the mackerel gravy. So now we are back again, starting the remaining item, and that is mackerel curry. Again it will go up with some chopped garlic pieces. See, whole chopped garlic pieces, unevenly cut pieces. No need to crush them completely. There they go, they are crackling. Now the fire has taken a nice heat. In will go some chopped onion and chopped tomatoes mixed together. This is how it is going to be done. Stir frying them so the smell of the raw garlic, disappears a bit. She is removing some uneven cut pieces of onions in between. Now I think we'll go ginger garlic paste after this. She's properly frying the onion and tomatoes till they are semi-fried, at least 60-70%, not more than that. Otherwise it will become completely like barista. Now in goes about 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste.
ज्यादा टाकणार.
Acha.
कारण ह्यातच आपल्याला बनवायचं.
Oh, it's not 1 teaspoon full. It is about 2. Just see, look at those heap full of spoon. Because the whole mackerel curry is going to be made in that paste completely. Wow, the flavor, the aroma is so amazing because ginger garlic, whenever fried, anywhere, they always give that immense aroma of like, oh, something's cooking. There. Look at the ginger garlic getting nicely stir fried in it. Now in goes this special spice powder which is made from coriander seeds and Shankheshwari chilies. These are very different chilies which give a very different kind of a sweet taste, not spicy, For spicy, she has added some baidgi mirchis. Also in goes at least 1.5 teaspoonful of the Malwani masala, which is the whole spices crushed together and made into a powder. That's a very common spices that is used on this coastal belt, at least on the Konkan belt, where this Malwani masala is one of the main ingredient of cooking, maybe chicken, mutton or any other kind of meat they cook. Look like everything is getting roasted nicely now. It has taken a turn to a brownish color because of that Malwani masala, the whole spices masala which has been made. Completely none of the whole spices are left alone. All are crushed, roasted and properly crushed and a powder is made. So that's the reason it has got a brown in color, She has even added Garnicia indica, that tangy sour fruit, which is also very staple in every recipe of fish which is made on this bed. And now, I think so, she is going to let in go the mackerel pieces which have been cut and kept aside. And in goes in marinated salt mackerel pieces. She's letting the whole gravy and the masalas and everything cover it. Wow, look at that. She let them immerse them deeply down into it. Oh, she's settling those mackerels nicely. All are immersed properly into the gravy. Both the gravies are ready. We have cooked it in the Mother Nature. Now the thing is, I feel that it's going to rain actually. So we are planning to shift inside a place where we can nicely sit and watch the rain outside and feast on the fish. So guys, come on, let's go inside and we can have a nice feast. Come on. I am so thankful to Purva ma'am for giving me this lunch today. The rain has also stopped, so I've come in a sideways where I can actually enjoy this meal. So I'm going to start, checking, ma'am, with the rice actually, pouring a little soul curry on it, and by the time I finish this, bye bye till the next episode of Fish Curry Stories with Nilesh Malkar.